Hello and welcome to Raven's Arcana. I am Raven. Appreciate you being here. And we are going to perform a reading for finding your soulmate. So that one person that complements you, that completes you, that checks off all the boxes, that you can experience this existence with on every level, on a physical level, emotional level, mental level, and a spiritual level. Hope everyone is hanging in there and doing well. Ooh, almost had a card flip out. And let's get down and dirty. So we have the Queen of Wands. We have the Ace of Swords. And then we have the Hierophant. All right. So the Queen of Wands. See a lot of sunflowers, the two lions. So I think you are going to find someone that is equally as passionate about life, about experiences. And I think you, for the longest time, have been the more passionate person in your relationships. You have that divine spark in you. You embrace life and everything in it with passion. You're passionate about art, about music, about conversation. Politics came in. And I think you just really pay attention and absorb a lot of information in the world. And I think that in the past, you have not had someone that balances you out with that. Now, that's okay. We don't have to have someone that complements us, meaning they love all the same things we love. And when we talk about balance in a relationship, we're talking about someone that fills in gaps, right? When you put that puzzle together, that it just fits, it just works out. And I think you're looking for someone that's equally as passionate about a lot of the things that you're interested in this life. And with that queen energy, you have a lot of influence. I think you are very, in your relationships, you want to be involved. You want to suggest activities. And I don't know if you have been controlling in the past. You know, that Queen of Wands has a lot of Leo energy. I don't know if the other person actually has felt that you really run the relationship. And that might have been a turnoff for a lot of your ex-partners, we will say. But I would say don't dim your light because it's too bright for others. I'll put it in those terms. Now, with the Ace of Swords, so I think you're going to connect with someone on a mental level. And this is ultimate potential. You're starting to gain clarity on what you are looking for in a mate, in a partner, someone that completes you. And I don't know if you've connected on a mental level too much in the past. You know, when we talk about passion for all the aspects, all the experiences of life, you know, it could be physical attraction, which is amazing, obviously. And you're emotionally involved with someone. Typically, you connect on a physical, on an emotional level. But when we start getting into that mental connection, and it doesn't have to be intelligence, it just has to be the way you perceive, the way you converse, the way you philosophize about everything that you absorb together. And I don't think that's happened. You know, it's kind of like, and I'll use music because music is so magical to me. When we talk about music with other people and we really enjoy an artist, we really enjoyed this concert, we really enjoyed the feelings and the thoughts that were provoked by either a concert, a song, a moment in time that had music in there, and you can sit down with another person, even if they weren't there with you at the concert, even if they weren't listening to the music at the same time when you first heard it, you can share that emotion. They understand it. You can share those ideas if you're dissecting the words, if you're dissecting the beats, the rhythm. And I don't think you've had that. I don't want to say analytical because it sounds like it's so blah and so boring. But having the ability to apply something that you've heard, that you've absorbed, that you've perceived, and have a conversation about it and how you can apply it to your lives and share the information with other people. I think that's what we're talking about. And so the Queen of Wands needs a lot of things to feed their soul. It's a yearning, right? A lot of fuel to keep that flame burning. And I think the mental aspect has been missing for you. And it's the conversation once again and stimulation of thoughts, outside the box thinking, outside the box perception, analysis, and really philosophy and the psychology of every single thing that you're passionate about. And going back to, sharing music and talking about music as an example, when you have someone who's like, they're okay. I just like the beat. The words are nice. And I don't think I think you're a person that gets in there and is like, oh my gosh, look how they arranged this song. Look how they worked in the lyrics and the vibe and how the metaphorical choruses just really apply to certain things in life. And you have that conversation with someone and then they're like, yeah, they're okay. I like reggae or I like metal or I like this or that. I don't think you've had a lot of partners that you can really connect with on that level. And I think that's what you're missing, actually. And I know we spent a lot of time on that Ace of Swords card, but that's what I see there. Look at that passion. Look at that rising. It almost looks like a phoenix rising from ashes, going into that passionate, core that feeds into the mind. And now we have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant in this instance, I think you have searched for, and Hierophant could be traditional relationships or maybe a traditional partner. Someone that, when we talk about checking off all the boxes, someone that checks off your boxes. And I think this is about settling, right? Find someone that's, financially stable, that you're attracted to, that, you really care about and you can connect. I think it's way bigger than that for you. When I say traditional, it's you meet someone at work or you met someone at school and you don't argue, you don't do this. And I think you're the person that does get in it. Let's argue, constructively. Let's get in there and have a heated discussion about what you think. Once again, about every aspect of life. You're crazy passionate. And you just don't want a partner to take up space, right? It's almost like filler. You have a filler partner and you compromise way more of yourself than you should and keep a lot bottled up inside. And that's what's happened in the past. And you haven't been stimulated, probably on all levels of your being. And it's real easy to do. And we talk about with work, right? We talk about a lot of people don't get to work in a field, in a job, in a position that feeds their soul, feeds their passion. And a lot of us have had relationships that don't feed our passion for life, that don't stimulate the aspects of our being. And as an example with the job before, then you participate, you have hobbies and everything else to try to balance that out because your job doesn't feed your soul. Now you've surrounded yourself with friends to fill in gaps or voids that have been left by previous partners. And that was your traditional way of thinking. But now it's time to step beyond that in search of someone that does fill your soul, feed your passion, balance you out. Let's get a little bit deeper into this. So we have the Queen of Swords. So if you are the Queen of Wands, all of that passion, all of that energy, all of that creativity, wanting conversation, wanting the mind meld, right? Where you connect on that mental level, psychologically, philosophically, and can have arguments where you throw out different ideas about life, then you would want a Queen of Swords that is also very perceptive, very analytical, searches for experiences that are very thought-provoking. And these queens don't have to represent a feminine character. You can be a man or a woman. But this is definitely what you're looking for. So we started off talking about looking for that mental connection, that communication. And absolutely, that's going to be someone that balances you out perfectly and keeps you, I was going to say under wraps, keeps you grounded. Let's say that. Because typically, if we're very fiery and passionate and split decision, thinking, where let's just do this. Oh my gosh, I'm going to say this. And sometimes that gets us in trouble. On the flip side of that, if you're very reasonable, analytical, then you will sit back when something is presented and overanalyze it, psychoanalyze it, look at reason behind it. And love, when we're talking about soulmates, requires both of those things, but you would keep them grounded and light a little bit of fire under them, and they would keep you grounded and throw a little bit of reason in there. Like, hey, let's not do that. That seems dangerous. Hey, let's wait on this. Right? Let's look at this from a different perspective. I don't want to steal your passion. I don't want to steal that reason from you and the need to analyze things. But let's come together and compromise. And so we have the Nine of Swords. So that Nine of Swords is you having so much stress and anxiety, thinking that, are you ever going to find anyone that completes you? And the reason I've paused on this card a little bit was because I've never actually, talking about analyzed this version of the Nine of Swords. And so typically this is the Nightmare card, but if you're looking at the imagery on here, it's almost as if you're in the bottom and you feel, and look at the skull down there, you might feel like the relationship portion of your life, that romantic partner, is kind of dead to you right now. It feels dead inside. And it's probably something that you have just not even attempted to pursue just because I think you don't trust people. You're over it. I do think you're highly intelligent, to balance out that passion, and you might not connect with certain people. You know, we get a similar reading with the passion and the intelligence with finding friends, a reading that was finding kind of your soul tribe. And this is a very similar situation. You don't connect with a whole lot of people. Now, you want this if you see the two crows in the middle connecting with each other. That's what you want. And you don't want to be a caged animal. You see the cage at the top. You don't want to feel like you're tied down, like you're told to not be so passionate. Reel it in. Keep that inside of you. So this is almost like your dreams and your thoughts about relationships. You want this. You want to connect with another person. You don't want to be caged. And you feel like maybe this is the progression. Okay, I'm alone. I'm by myself. Perhaps I feel dead inside when it comes to relationships. I don't want to share anything with anyone else. But you really do. Subconsciously, primally, you want to connect with another person. And if we're going up, we see the moon, right? And you're afraid that because the moon is behind the swords, that would be, it's just an illusion. Every time I found someone that I think might, compliment me in a way where we complete each other, where we can share experiences with, it's an illusion. And they want to control me. They want to cage me. They want to put me and form me into this mold, this idea that they have about me, and they want to chip away at everything that makes me who I am. So I think that's what that is about. And that's your apprehension there. You're scared because of experiences with relationships in the past to even move forward. Let's see how we can move forward. So we have the King of Pentacles. So this is someone, and I always say someone that creates so much stability, right? Someone that has put in the effort, that has the authority, in this case, to create a stable relationship. Now, this will start off with physical attraction, definitely. This is going to be someone you are extremely attracted to. This is someone, and we might be talking about work. Might be talking about someone in your industry, not particularly in your company. This could be someone that is a third party that works with you or your company. But I think this person is already possibly in your life in a roundabout way. Someone that you find really attractive, but maybe have not had any conversations with. And this is someone that is going to change everything you think about yourself. This is almost the same exact image here, rising from the ashes. So they're going to make you question, in a good way, everything about yourself, everything that you have thought about yourself in a traditional way. I am this. I define myself this way. This is what I believe about this. This is what I think about this. And this is what I do in these situations. These are my hobbies. This is what feeds my soul. And once again, you're looking for that mental connection. And this is somebody that is going to challenge everything that you think you know about yourself in a good way. So this is a complete transformation of self, the way you think about relationships. This is someone that is really going to challenge you mentally. And once again, These are almost identical images of essentially the crow rising from the ashes. I really like that came out. So this is going to be challenging in a good way for you. And I think you're up to the challenge, but I think you need more of a challenge than you even can realize. And the Page of Pentacles. Once again, yeah, this is ultimate just connection on a physical level. And I don't know, a lot of people will talk about money and everything with relationships. This is not. This is physical attraction in this instance. This is somebody that is extremely, or you are extremely attracted to, but they're an attractive person. And with that Page of Pentacles, that messenger, I really think this has to do with work. What's funny is that I was thinking about someone that comes into your work, maybe from another department, maybe from, like I said, a third-party company. Maybe it's someone you talk to on the phone that's in a different region, department, position that you don't work with on the daily, if you will. And they're in and out of your life really quick. Maybe this is actually, because when I said someone you work with, I actually saw the old school bike messenger. Or somebody that comes in and delivers the mail, the mail, woman or lady or whatever. I don't think it's that, but it's funny that the page came up after that. So this is someone that briefly, and maybe not every day, comes into your life, but you do get that, oh my gosh, there they are. Oh my gosh. He or she's so cute, so attractive. What's up with them? I don't know. I just feel that. But this is not someone you work with, that's very close to you. Like I said, it's connected but disconnected. But I really do think that they are either already in your life, meaning you already know about them. I don't think you know them on any kind of deep level or anything like that. Or they're about to come into your life. But I do think it has to do with work. Regardless of where you work, you have people that you deal with, suppliers, support, whatever, industry you're in. I think you're going to meet someone, if you haven't already, and that's going to be your person. And you have the 8 of Cups. And this is, typically turning your back on emotion, turning your back, walking away from things that no longer fill your cup, right? And when I said this is going to be a complete transformation for you, I think this is right under the Hierophant, that traditional way of thinking that you want to move past. This is you completely doing a 180 on how you thought you could feel about someone. This is not walking away from relationships or, people. This is moving towards this person and leaving all this other stuff. And 8 is change. I don't think you even knew you could feel this way about someone once this develops, right? So this is the ultimate potential here. This is someone that, universe is giving you a message, but someone that is either in your life just a tad bit that you see, and it starts with that physical attraction, or that comes in, but they're going to make you feel things and think things that you've never even dreamt of feeling. So I think this is going to be magical for you. If we're talking about a soulmate and walking away from, talking about passion, and if we look at this, so the Eight of Cups, and go back over to the Nine of Swords, this is all going to go away, right? That illusion, that feeling of being controlled, being boxed in a cage, feeling like you were dead inside. This person is really going to ignite the emotions that you are supposed to feel as a human, right? When we meet that person that's our soulmate, sometimes we have those, I didn't even know I could love someone this much. I didn't know I could miss someone this much. I didn't know I could care about what they say so much, and what they're doing, how they're doing, what they're thinking. Let's get at least one more card here. And so we have the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups is typically nostalgia. Typically things early on, either in our childhood or a long time ago, that made us feel good, that made us feel giddy, that made us smile. The retro things. And I think this is getting back to, and look at the sunflowers in there. Those are your sunflowers. Those are your passion flowers, if you will. And the 6 is a growth number out of adversity, right? Typically adversity or stress or an unstable foundation, right? And this is getting back, and look how full that one cup is. Look at the gold in there. Look at the two crows in the background flying together. So this is getting back to what you thought a soulmate should be. When you were a young man, young woman, you started becoming attracted to whoever you were attracted to, and you had those feelings, that giddiness, those butterflies in your stomach, that puppy love, right? That didn't require any logic or anything, and love doesn't, require logic. I'm talking about, once you connect and everything. But that's what you want to get back to, and that's what this will be. This will be everything you dreamt of when you were young and vibrant and full of life. What you thought your mate, specifically your soulmate, would be. How it would feel, how it would make you think about yourself and the world. So keep your eyes open. There is either someone in your life currently, there's little blips throughout the day, maybe a blip in the week, or that will come into your life that is going, if you pursue it, if you pay attention, if you are perceptive and realize what's going on, get all this crap out of your head, then it will manifest into something that will be beautiful and magical for you. And it will be challenging in a good way. It will challenge everything you think you know about yourself, about how to feel, how to think, what to believe. But if you're up for the task, if you pay attention, then it's going to be magical. All right, everyone. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. If you like the video and the channel, do the thing. And other than that, hey, take care of yourself and have an amazing day.